Hello, good morning. My name is Annie Bax from Lagos, Nigeria. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping safe. Please keep safe. Your life matters. So today I'm going to be talking about how to raise boys as a single parent. Not just raising boys, but raising children really generally. But because I have boys, two boys, so I'm going to be talking though generally, and specifically, to boys. And there was a time I was doing research. I was trying to search for, YouTube videos of single parents, seeing people that are single parents, and most of the videos that I found were foreign, and the Africans ones I found had little subscribers and less views. But videos from people from the abroad, either from UK, from US, Australia, that were single parents, had a lot of subscribers. They were basically talking about their single parenting lifestyle, and they had a lot of likes also. And it dawned on me that there was a lot of things that Africans don't accept. There's a lot of things that Africans are not comfortable with. Is it that it doesn't happen, that we don't have single parents in Africa? No, really, we do. Is it that we don't have why is it not talked about? If you're from any part of the African country, and one or two single parents, how are they treating them? Because they seems to have, I noticed, to have lost their voice. Even in the religious sector, people don't really, because really it's a taboo for you to either be separated or to be divorced, or to, maybe, let's say you had a child out of wedlock, or you're a baby mama, or whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances that you found yourself, that you became a single parent. So in the eyes of God, it doesn't really matter. It's your soul that matters, your mind, and you now have those children, and your mental state as a person, as a single parent, rubs off on the children. So today, irrespective of the situation, either accepted or not accepted in Africa, I have chosen, to tell my story as a single parent. I found myself in this situation. I didn't pray to be in this situation. I didn't work towards being in this situation. But I found myself in this situation. I've come to now accept it and make the best of life out of it. So that at the end of it all, the children that are a product of that marriage turns out the best in their various field and endeavor. So that I feel myself in love and surround myself in love and positive word, so that because whatever comes out of me, influences them one way or the other. So if you're a single parent there, and maybe you don't have any source of support, remember, you got your children to raise. You got generation. Maybe when you start seeing those children, they're actually nations. They are generations, and they are destiny that God has given you. Because no matter what, God will ask you in account of them, what did you do, to make them a better person? No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances that surrounded how you became a single parent. See, cry if you need to cry, vent if you need to vent, find a shoulder to cry on if you found one to cry on. If you don't find any shoulder to cry on your pillow. Scream and yell if you need to do, in your own comfort, not in the presence of the children. And you know what, when you are done with that, dust your eye, pick up yourself, encourage yourself, and start running the race, because you have lives that have been entrusted in your hands for you to raise. Because you know what God says? Train up a child in the way that he should go. When he is grown, he will not depart from it. When he is grown, he will learn, or she will learn that lesson that you implanted into their heart and in their mind, so that over even at one point, if they derail, because at some point in experimenting, in living beyond your rules and regulation, they will derail. But remember that what you have pumped into their mind, the knowledge, the rules, one day somewhere God will bring to remembrance in their mind, and before it is too late, they will retrace their footsteps and uphold the value that you have planted into them and run the race of life that God has entrusted into their hands. So I beg you, as a single parent, start loving yourself. So blame yourself if you've blamed yourself. Enough of the blame game right now. You have serious work at your hand. If you don't have a job right now, or the business is not thriving as it should be right now, God will send help to you. If you're picking up your pieces, just like I am right now, picking up your pieces and starting all over again, remember that though it's for a period, that these dark times will not be forever. It's for a period. It's going to pass. And when you are done, at the end of it all, your joy will be crowned in your children becoming successful and becoming, notable and respectful in the society. Because you know what? God will remember you. So pick up your pieces and run the race of life that God has given you. God has given you destiny to raise. So it is now for you now to raise them in the way that they should go. Raise them in the values that you think will build them up in the future. Expose them to experience. And I've learned it's best that the boy child, responds to a male instruction and voice before they respond to you. So it is best that if you see someone within your community, your area, maybe your brother, your uncle, that you feel that the value that they uphold is, you're comfortable with it and is in line with the value that you want to raise your children in, associate, link your children, your boy child with them, so that they stand like a man figure in their life. And if you think that they are leaning towards an association that you are not comfortable with, cut that association and that link immediately. See, don't raise those children at this point, raising them because you feel that you don't want them to feel that they are alone, that is just you, to the point of you spoiling them. Used to say that what you used to spoil a child is actually in the supermarket. If you need to spoil a child, to pamper a child, that means you buy them gifts, but there's a limit to it. So I encourage you, as a single parent, don't let anybody blame or shame you. If they've done, dust off their negative word and move on. And that reminds me of a story. There was a lady that I wanted to share my story for when my issue happened. And she said something. It got to me, and at the same time I dusted it off. She said that there is a limit in which God can use someone that is not married. And in my mind I smiled. I chose not to believe it because it reminded me the story of Joyce Meyer, who Joyce Meyer was married to today is not who she got married to initially. There are stories behind it. If you've heard of Joyce Meyer, go and listen to her story. She got married, more than once. But the person that God now brought to her life, that has changed her story, and they are running the ministry together right now, wasn't her first husband. So God can use you. Don't allow anyone to use religion to condemn you. Don't allow anyone to use religion to becloud your thoughts of reasoning. Read your word. Hold on to the Bible. Read it and understand it for yourself. God got you, whatever situation that you have found yourself. And those that God has given to you, God will give you the grace, the wherewithal, to raise them in the way that they should go. And they will give you peace, they will give you joy, they will give you happiness. They will be a testimony for you in future, because really they must be a testimony to you in future. I love you. Keep on be upholding yourself. Don't beat yourself. You need support system around you. Get the enough support that you need around you from family members. Get help, because you actually need help around you. Get help as much as if you are in a church, there is a support group for single parents. Get involved. You need all the knowledge that you need. You need all the stories of other people that you need to encourage yourself and uphold yourself and put yourself in a happy place. Because in putting yourself in a happy place, you're going to be able to raise your children to become well-rounded children and expose them to different experience. In church, let them learn different things, because you know what, when you sow in the morning, you sow in the noontime, and you sow in the night time, you don't know the one that will reap fruit. But keep on sowing and keep on believing, and God is your strength, and God will keep on upholding you strong, and you will come to tell your story. You will come to write that book. Find comfort in whatever you find comfort. The things you like doing, start getting yourself involved in it, and forget the past and live. Reach out towards the future. You are your future. Your children are your future. And in doing that, don't neglect yourself. Take care of yourself, because you know what, you only got you. And in the sanity of the mind that you have is the sanity of the mind that you will need to raise those treasure that God has given you, because they are actually treasure from God. No matter how you might have thought that they were mistakes, they are not mistakes. God doesn't make mistakes. To you, they might have been a mistake, but to God, they are deliberate. They are deliberate, seed that God allowed to come on the earth, and nurture them with love. Love yourself. Find love in whatever you need to find love in. Soak yourself in love. The first love that you need to do is to love yourself and discover yourself and be comfortable in yourself, because when all is gone, you only have yourself. When all the world goes crazy, you only got yourself. And the only faithful person and honored person and a man of integrity that you can hold on to that will never fail you is God and His word and you and the children that you have. And at the end of it all, your children will call you blessed. They will have you to hold on to. They will have you as a stronghold in their life. I love you. See you in my next video, and continue with me in this journey. You will find hope, you will find joy, and you will find strength. Thank you.